everybody. As I've been talking about this month, it's National Osteoporosis Awareness Month. And this is something that is very near and dear to my heart because as a small boned person, all of the women in my family have developed osteoporosis. And I was very much aware and decided to be preventative about it earlier this year because my friend Jill has been going to Osteostrong Lowry, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to give this a try. Well, as part of my intake procedure, we did a bone density test, and no one could have been more surprised than me to find out that I actually have pretty advanced osteoporosis in my lower back compared to other women my age. So I have become even more passionate and more dedicated to try to educate others as well as make myself stronger because osteoporosis can be very debilitating, down the road. And at 52, I'm fairly young to have it as much as I do in my lower spine. So today I have Lindsay and Jory from Osteostrong Lowry, two fabulous ladies who are going to talk to us about what they do there. And it's a place that I go every week. So I love it. And I do feel like it's really helping. But ladies, tell us a little bit about yourselves. How did you guys meet and what's your background and how did you get involved in this? Lindsay,
Yeah.
you want to start, or Jory?
Yeah, go on, Lynn.
Sure. Yeah. So Jory and I met, we've both been in the health and wellness industry for years, and we met working together at a different concept. And we not only became best friends, but we really clicked working together in a business. So we decided we wanted to find something for ourselves that did something that helped people with their health and their wellness. And so we kind of just started looking for something. And then I'll let Jory tell you a little bit about her personal story with osteoporosis and our experience there and how it was very synergistic when we found Osteostrong. Yeah.
Great. Jory, what about you? I know you just had a baby.
Yes, well, first off, Hillary, thank you so much for having us. And we just, I love Glitter Girl, and it's so much good content. So thank you for having that and just having us, here. We love having you in our community. This is Jackson. I don't know if you can see him, but we do best in the body carrier these days. He's a month old. So yeah, here we are. But yeah, just a little man. But yeah, like Lindsay was saying, we're just so passionate about community and, health and wellness and helping people. And we just, we had a calling to find something that was really a fit. And as the universe often does, we were aligned with Osteostrong, just right at the perfect timing, and just so grateful that we get to be in the community, and we love Lowry, and it's really been quite a journey. We opened October 2020, and we're just, we feel very blessed to have the team that we have and the people that we have.
Well, we're really lucky to have you. I live in a neighboring community, but not very far away, and it's just so grateful that you guys are there because it's such a needed thing. So Lindsay alluded a little bit about your personal story. So Jory,
Yes.
share with us, why this became a passion of yours and just a little bit more about what osteoporosis is.
Yeah, I would love to. So back in 2013, my grandfather was at the gym. He went every day except for Sundays. And he was coming out of the shower and he slipped and he fractured his hip in the slip. So at the gym, fractured his hip, getting out of the shower. And a week later, he passed away in the hospital. And one of the statistics is that 24% of folks over the age of 50 will not live a year after fracturing a hip. And that just 24%, 1 in 4, that's heavy. And it's a statistic until it's somebody that you love. And then in 2017 rather, my mom was on a run outdoors. She tripped on a branch, fell, fractured her hip. We have a different outcome, thank goodness. But I was in the hospital with her throughout the whole process, throughout her surgeries. And I really saw firsthand what I didn't get to see with my grandpa, but what I kind of got to see with treatment and what happens when there's a fracture and you do, come out of it. But the treatment is not the kindest, and it's not something that I wanted for my mother, or for anybody that I love, or any human really.
Right.
So Lindsay knew me at that time. We were best friends. She saw what I went through. She was there with me. And about a month later, we walked into an Osteostrong. And, we had been praying and looking for a concept to support the community and to really sink our teeth into. And then we found this, and, it's a way to treat and prevent osteoporosis, osteopenia, and just bone health. So getting into a little bit about that, 1 in 2 women over the age of 50 will break a bone due to osteoporosis, and just about 1 in 4 men. So I know men don't often think about that, but it is just about 1 in 4 men and 1 in 2 women over the age of 50.
Gosh.
And then a man over 50 is more likely to break a bone due to osteoporosis than to get prostate cancer. And, we talk a lot about prostate cancer. We don't talk too much about bone health, but it's so important. And then I'll just give you guys one more stat. And these all come from the National Osteoporosis Foundation. So, if you want more and you want to dig in, or just check my stats, because, science is key, you can check that out. But 10 million Americans have osteoporosis and 44 million have low bone density. That's just of the folks that have been tested and diagnosed, right? Most of us don't know that we need to do this, or that it's important, but the bones are our body's foundation. And around the age of 30, all of us start to lose bone mass. It just happens. It's a part of aging. The good news is, there's some ways that we can combat it. And, when we're aware, really dig into that. So osteoporosis is known as the silent disease.
Yeah.
And, that's tough because we just don't know that it's happening. We can't see our bones. Hopefully we never see our bones. But it's a silent disease, and it's a strong disease. So that's, just a few stats. May is Osteoporosis Month, like you said. So I think it's a great month to dig in and know a little bit more about the foundation of our body.
Yeah. I mean, I had not been taking my calcium like I should have been. And I had a bone scan back, I don't know, mid 40s. I would never in a million years have thought that I had osteoporosis. I just kept thinking, oh, I'm too young. I mean, yeah, I'm probably going to get it when I'm like 65 or something. And that silent killer is such a true statement, because, here I thought, oh, I'm just fabulous. And then I get the results back, and there it is already. So it was a big wake up call for me. And I'm so glad to be at Osteostrong Lowry. And so Lindsay, tell everybody, I kind of know what you do there, but tell us a little bit more about what you do. And we are going to take a tour so that everybody can kind of see what it's all about. But tell us about what you do there, and a little bit too about the biohacking portion of it as well, because you have the infrared lights, and then you have the space boots. I don't even know what they're called, but I always feel like I'm a woman going into space. So talk us more about all that.
Yeah, absolutely. So Osteostrong is an option for folks to, like Dory said, not only potentially reverse osteoporosis, but even prevent it from happening, which is key, because it's a lot easier to prevent it than it is to get out of it. That being said, we have helped hundreds, thousands of members get out of osteoporosis. So our program is all scientifically based. That's something that we're very passionate about, is that it's not just snake oil, that it's something that is factually and backed by science, backed by plenty of research. So the Spectrum equipment is the name of the equipment that is really our bread and butter, and that's what folks come in here for, their bone density. So we'll see that when we take the tour. And what that equipment allows folks to do is to experience enough load to trigger bone growth. So our bodies are designed in a very intelligent way, and we have these things called adaptive responses. What those are, one that a lot of people can kind of think about is your pupils, they contract and expand in response to the amount of light that they're taking in, right? So that's one that's kind of easy to think about. Our bones have an adaptive response, and that is that when they're exposed to enough load, enough force, they grow. So our bone is living tissue. Throughout our lives, it's always rebuilding and breaking itself down. Like Jory said, when we hit about 30 years of age is when the breakdown process happens faster than the rebuilding process. So what we do is we biohack your skeletal system, and we turn on the adaptive response to trigger the bone growth such that we speed the process of the growth up faster than the breaking down. And that's where the bone building comes in. So we have 4 machines that are designed to target everything from the neck down in your body, all while you're completely safely aligned. So you're not having to do anything. A lot of us have heard growing up that if you're doing enough weight bearing exercise or high impact activities, that you'll be building bone. The trouble with high impact activities is that's not great for our joints. Hence the reason we don't see many 80-year-old gymnasts out there. And then the trouble with the weight bearing exercise is that most of us are not able to lift or move enough weight to trigger bone growth. For an example, our lower extremities, so hips down to our feet, need to experience 4.2 times our own body weight in load. So for example, for me, that would be over 500 pounds. I would have to move with my legs in order to trigger bone growth. And I can't do that. So this equipment allows you to experience that load safely through biofeedback. So as you apply force into the machine, it safely applies force back to you. And then we work up to experiencing that amount of load, which will make a little bit more sense when we tour the space. So we can get a little bit deeper into that there. But the great thing about us is, unlike some of the medication options, which are definitely an option, and we're full believers in it, it needs to be what some people use, and we want the other options because some of the side effects of the bone density medications can be pretty nasty. There's a couple different types of bone density medications. Some kind of inhibit the breakdown process of the bone. So it doesn't necessarily rebuild your bone, but it kind of stagnates the loss. And some other ones pull calcium and other minerals from other parts of your body, like your jaw, causing your teeth to fall out. People have hair loss. A lot of joint issues happen quite often with some of the bone density meds. So sure, it can be sort of putting a Band-Aid on one issue while you're taking the medication, because the other unfortunate thing is once you are off the meds, often you get right back into where you started, if not, and then you've got some other issues. So we've got an alternative in which the side effects are great. You not only do you increase your bone density, you're increasing your muscular strength, and you're increasing the strength around all of your joints, your tendons, your ligaments. So we have people not only increase their bone density, but they're experiencing significant decreases of pain that they've been having for years and years and years. We help bring people back into proper alignment. Folks who have kyphosis, the rounding of the upper spine that is so prevalent in our day-to-day lives, we've helped reverse that because we're rebuilding the integrity of the spine and helping people to rebuild their posture. So yeah, fortunately people aren't losing their teeth in here. So we're a great alternative to some of those bone density medications.
Yeah, and you've also got, so with the infrared, that helps build cells and it helps skin, hair, and then the compression helps to get the flow going, right? Is that right?
Absolutely. Yep. So some of the other modalities that we have in here, we've got red light therapy and the space boots. Hillary mentioned they're called Normatec compression boots. She's totally right. You feel like an astronaut when you put them on. Those boots are fantastic for increasing circulation and lymph flow and helping support overall recovery and rebuilding in the body. So essentially what they're doing is they're compressing the different compartments of your legs which it feels really nice. It's like a nice little massage on your legs. And then that's where it boosts all of those other functions in your body to support decreasing inflammation, which is where a lot of pain comes from. And again, really boosting circulation and optimizing flow of all the good nutrients through your body. And then our red light therapy is fantastic. There's regular red light in there and then infrared red light. The regular red light is awesome for skin health. So anything from boosting collagen production, reducing acne, reducing things like psoriasis and rosacea. And then the infrared light is my favorite part of it because it goes really deep into the cells and it helps them to charge properly so that they're, whatever that cell's job is, it's doing it as best as it possibly can. So if you've got injuries going on, it really gets into that area and helps to decrease inflammation and ramp up the repair process. We have a lot of members that have osteoarthritis and they swear by the red light because it's the only thing that gets rid of their pain for them. And it helps with the bone remineralization process. So that rebuilding process is a cellular level. So by optimizing cellular function, we're just turning up the dial on what we're doing on the bone density equipment.
Oh, wow. Gosh, see, I didn't know all this.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I really feel like I've had pain in both of my knees because I fractured my knee a couple years ago skiing. And I do feel like it has decreased. I mean, in one knee, it's pretty much gone. And in the one that I fractured, it's just very occasional. And I do feel, I mean, I feel like I'm stronger and, you know, more aware. And, you know, I'll look forward to my bone density test, you know, sometime in the future. But I do feel like it is working. And, you know, I need it so much. So anyway, well, ladies, I'm so happy that you are here with me today. And we're going to go to our next segment, which is to do a tour so that everyone can kind of see exactly what we're talking about. And those space boots are my favorite part too. I feel like
they're amazing.
With a massage after I've lifted all that weight. So
yes, they're amazing in pregnancy too. The Normatec boots, any of our pregnant gals, it's so good for that. And but
for the fluid buildup and everything.
Yes, the circulation. So gosh, but thank you so much for having us, Hillary. This was such a blast and I'm excited for the tour.
Yeah, well, thank you ladies for being here so much. And thanks for all that you're doing, you know, for other people and for our community. We so appreciate it.
We appreciate all of you guys.
Yes. Yes.
All right, let's head to the tour.
Sounds
See you
good.
there.
Hi, lovelies. Okay, so I am here at Osteostrong in Lowry, and I am going to go in for my session, and Lindsay is going to talk to us more about the benefits of Osteostrong, as well as give us a little tour. So here we go.
Hi, Hillary. We're excited to have you in. Thank you again so much for having us join your blog. We're super excited. So at Osteostrong, we have a handful of different things here, and our bread and butter really is our bone density equipment, which I'm going to show you in a moment. And we'll always have members start and finish their sessions on the bone density equipment on these bad boys. So this is a Vibe plate. And what we do is we stand on it and then we turn it on. I'll turn it on so you can kind of hear what it sounds like. What this is doing is it's vibrating my entire body. This is good for so many different things, including it activates about 90% of the muscles in our bodies. It turns on the nervous system, wakes up the circulatory system, and it's fantastic for training balance, mobility, and agility. So we have you do this for 2 minutes before and after you do the bone density equipment. And it just really helps to enhance all of your benefits of coming into Osteostrong. Okay, so these 4 machines here are called the Spectrum equipment, and this is where the magic happens for bone density. These 4 machines trigger bone growth throughout your skeleton. So this machine specifically is for your lower body, from your hips down to your feet. As you can see, it sort of looks like a leg press machine that you would do in a gym. The movement is similar, however, the way it works is very different. These machines all use biofeedback, so as you apply force onto the machines, they apply force back to you, and you're working up toward what we call a growth trigger. The growth trigger is the point at which your bones in that part of your body are experiencing the required amount of force to trigger the cellular process of bone growth. So that's really how these work. So like I said, this one's for your legs. This next machine is for the upper body. This one is fantastic, especially for, you know, females who we want to get a little bit stronger, because not only are we working bones on all of these machines, you're getting stronger in your muscles too. So here we have you push forward in the upper body, triggering skeletal growth from your clavicles all the way through to your wrists. The next two are a little bit different in that they're not a pushing motion. This machine is for the core. So you hold onto these handles, you're sitting in this machine, and then you squeeze through the belly, pulling in with your ribs and your hips. As you contract, you'll pull and engage down through your arms, and that works everything in your core. This machine is always done before the next one that I'll show you, and that's important because the last machine is for your spine, and we always want our core to be nice and engaged before we work the spine. So that brings us to this last machine. This is our postural growth trigger, and we're working, like I mentioned, the spine. It's safe to work the spine here because we're loading it through extension rather than compression. So the movement on this one is you're holding onto the handles, and as you extend through the legs, you lift up through the crown of your head, and you'll feel sort of a traction sensation through your spine, and that's what triggers bone growth in the vertebra. And the great thing is we can help folks who have kyphosis, so the rounding of the upper spine, which is very common, especially if we're spending a lot of time on our computers, on our devices. We tend to have that posture. This one helps to correct that because in addition to building the bones, it's strengthening the muscles to hold you in correct position. So now Hillary's gonna actually show you what it looks like to do one of the machines.
Okay, we're gonna do the trial one, right?
Yes, so on each machine, we always do 2 rounds of the movement. Hillary's demonstrating the postural GT. Good, and slowly lower back down. Wonderful. That warm-up one is to activate the muscles that are required for that particular machine. And it helps everything just be nice and active, and it helps us coaches make sure that she's in proper alignment. And we always like to ask Hillary, how did that feel?
Great.
Felt good? Awesome.
Okay.
So that means we're good to go.
All right.
So when you're ready,
go.
yes, you'll slowly extend through the legs, lift up through the crown of your head. Good, nice and easy. Keep your shoulders back. Continue to breathe in and out. Great, Hillary, you're here for 3, 2, 1, and slowly lower back down.
All right.
Awesome job. So Hillary, do you want to tell everybody about why you like this machine so much?
Well, because I have the osteoporosis in my low back. So this is the one I really need to focus on for that specific area. So yeah, but all of them are good for me because I have osteopenia too, all over. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Great
Yeah.
job. That was super
Thanks.
strong. Well done.
All right.
Okay, so thank you for checking this out. We're doing an awesome giveaway for you guys. So 2 things. One, we're doing an Instagram contest, and one lucky winner of that will win a free month membership here at Osteostrong. So be sure to check out all of the rules for that in the post. And then secondly, anybody who watches this and then sends an email to us at the email listed below, Lowry@osteostrong.me, is able to redeem a free either Normatec boot session or red light session. So those are 2 of our add-ons here at Osteostrong, and Hillary's currently in the boots. I'm gonna flip this around and show you what it looks like.
Okay, so you guys can see I'm in the boots, and I think during the video I talked about them being astronaut boots. But this is probably just my favorite part of my whole session because it feels like I'm getting a massage. And I can just turn the light off and relax, and sometimes I listen to podcasts in here, but it's just 10 minutes of kind of me time, really relaxing.
The boots are awesome for circulation. They help promote lymph flow because what they do, as you'll see on Hillary, is they fill up with air and gently compress your legs as they're doing that. It's like a lovely little massage. It feels really, really good, and it's fantastic for recovery. And then the red light is awesome for helping to reduce pain. It reduces inflammation. We have Juve panels. So those of you who know what red light is all about will have likely heard of Juve. And they're so fantastic, even for facilitating the bone density increase that we're working on in here. So that's what we are offering to you guys. Again, as a thank you for checking this out.